Hey friends, it's Kristen with Shifting Roots, and today is part 3 of my series of my favorite cut flowers. So this is the one you're probably most excited for because this is the list that has all those beautiful glory flowers in it, the ones that get you excited about flower farming. If you haven't already, make sure you watch the rest of the series. So this first one on the fillers and the greens that I like, and the second one on the early season cut flowers that I need. Now this whole series is kind of based on the idea that if I was on a desert island and I could only pick 10 of each type to have and I needed to make bouquets, what would I pick? So these are my picks. These are the ones I'm using over and over and over again, and they just really work well for me. They're very versatile in many arrangements. Now I'm currently working on a new ebook about bouquet recipes, and actually in compiling that book and looking at photos of my past bouquets, it really helped me realize what do I use all the time. And then there's a few flowers on here that maybe aren't in the book, but as I'm working with them, I would really like to use them more, and it's just a matter of learning to grow them better. All right, so enough with the preamble, let's dive in. So number 11 on my list, because I can't believe that I forgot it when I made my list of 10, how could I, is Snapdragons. Snapdragons are like the best cut flower. Get yourself some Madame Butterfly, get yourself some Potomac, and those are my 2 varieties. I use them in everything, and I also make both a late succession and an early succession of my Snapdragons in addition to doing my regular ones. So in between those 3 successions plus the kind of second flush that you should get from all of them, it means that I have Snapdragons pretty much throughout the season, which is amazing. Number 10 on the list, and I've got to say I put this on the list begrudgingly because they are so much work and there is so much room for failure, is dahlias. I love dahlias. I mean, I hate dahlias because losing tubers is not fun. All the extra work you have to do with the tubers is not fun. The bug pressure is not fun. But then when you get a dahlia that actually blooms and it looks good and perfect and wonderful, like it just suckers you in. And you have to plant dahlias again next year. Dahlias remain on the list. Number 9 might not be considered the most exciting of these flowers, but whenever I'm at my mom's house, I cut from this aggressively. I have to make sure I don't cut all of it at once so that she actually gets to enjoy her flower. And that is Lady's Mantle. It's also one of those sort of more early-ish season. It's usually ready in July when not a lot else is ready. And so I love Lady's Mantle. It's also this beautiful chartreuse color that you really only get otherwise in like the 9 bark and kind of nothing else. So it's a keeper for me. Number 8 is Lisianthus. Lisianthus is a late season flower. It's a big commitment because you have to start your Lisianthus seeds basically around Christmas. And they don't bloom until end of August, even into early October, just depending on the variety, when you planted them, did you water them enough, etc., etc. But Lisianthus look like a rose. They are so gorgeous. They dry well. I am forever in love. They will always be in my garden. Number 7 is Bells of Ireland. And I have had a very rocky relationship with Bells in Ireland. I have still not really cracked the code of growing them well, but I think this year is going to be my year. But every time I have them, I need to work with them. They're so beautiful. Everybody loves them in their subscriber bouquets, or if I do a pop-up sale, they always go first. If it has Bells of Ireland, people just like snap it up. Number 6 is sunflowers. Now, sunflowers are great because they come in a wide variety of colors and they're just that really consistent flower that you can have all summer long. You can start early successions, do late successions. As long as you've got them going every 2 weeks, you will always have hero flowers. Number 5 is Queen Lime Zinnias. Now, when I first grew the Queen Lime Zinnia series, I was not sold. I saw it bloom and I'm like, this flower's kind of ugly. But then I put it with stuff and they're truly magic. Like a Queen Lime Zinnia will just pull in all the other colors from your arrangement that you think like maybe kind of go together but don't go together, and you just put in a Queen Lime Zinnia and bam, everything works. So you always need to have some. Number 4 is probably not a popular flower with a lot of other flower farmers, but I love asters. I think asters are such a beautiful late season flower, and I also really love, I think it's the Valkyrie series. They're kind of more spindly, and when you see a picture of them, you'll probably think to yourself like, this is sort of an ugly flower. Why do you like this? But when you see it in real life and how it works with the other flowers in arrangement, I think you'll fall in love with it too. And also you can't go wrong with the coral king size asters. Like those ones, mwah, gorgeous. Number 3 is amaranth. I use amaranth in everything and I wish I had more of it. Last year I did have some successful amaranth, but my red stuff, I don't know what happened. I think I killed most of it, and I should have just tried to direct sow more. Maybe I ran out of seeds. I don't even know what happened, but all I know is that I was looking over those 3 red amaranth stalks and judiciously wondering how much I could cut and what I needed it for most. So I need more amaranth. I always love a dramatic coral drooping amaranth, or the Love Lies Bleeding, the green tails. You need them all. And you need hot biscuits too, and a burgundy one. Like you need them all. And whenever a bride says they want those drooping tails in their bouquet, like, oh, bring on the drama. I love it. Those are some of my favorite bouquets to make. Okay, number 2 is Statice. I know Statice isn't a very exciting flower, but hear me out. I use it in everything, absolutely everything. I use it fresh, I use it dried, I use it in my Christmas stuff, I use it in my regular wreaths, I use it, everything, absolutely everything. And it's of course a cut and come again. Even by the 3rd cutting, you're still getting half decent stem length. And by the 3rd cutting, you're probably gonna dry them for stuff for Christmas anyway. So it's not like you need crazy stem length on it. So Statice is a must in every single garden, or at least a cut flower garden. And finally, my number 1 favorite cut flower because of the versatility is Strawflowers. Same thing as Statice. I find that I'm sitting over my Strawflower patch and I'm debating, do I cut it now for fresh or do I leave it for dried? And I did not have enough Strawflowers. Every cut was made with deliberation of what I needed more. I found I use them all the time in my fresh arrangements. When I went in the winter to make all of my stuff for Christmas markets and stuff, I was using those Strawflowers, and I was so sad when I ran out of them. They are like the core. They might not be exciting, but they are one of the cores of my cut flower business. So I'm curious to see what you thought about my picks. Do you agree with me? Are there any that you would add to this list that are like a core of your business for you? And were you surprised by some of the ones that I picked out? So I hope you'll watch all 3 of the videos and let me know in the comments what you're thinking about. And I will also have some great resources for you, my fellow flower farmers. If you'd like to know more about flower farming or growing flowers or arranging flowers, I've got it all. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Yeah, you did so good.